We had a simple and happy childhood until when I was 13 and my brother was 14. Our dad's business wasn't doing well and it closed down. It didn't help that his friend also cheated on him of thousands of dollars. From that moment, life was never the same again.
We had to move houses a few times to cut costs. Each time we moved, our house becomes smaller and smaller. From living comfortably, the four of us had to squeeze in a small 2-room rental flat. At night, Mom and Annie shared a bed. I slept on the floor and my dad slept on the sofa. The house was a mess and we could not rest properly.
But I think our parents had it the hardest. They took out odd jobs and worked extra shifts.
It was painful to see them come home tired and aching. So once we turned 16, we started working part-time to earn our own allowance. Many times after school, my friend would ask me, "Hey, do you want to catch a movie? Do you want to go to this cafe together?" I knew I couldn't afford it.
Many nights, I thought to myself, is this what I will struggle for the rest of my life? Our present felt so uncertain, let alone our future. Then one night, I had a dream. In that dream, I saw myself in a huge auditorium with hundreds of people, and in front of me was a long white cross stage. It looks like a church, but I wasn't sure because I wasn't a Christian. I googled search churches in Singapore, and somehow one church caught my eye, Heart of God Church. So I emailed in and said I wanted to join for service. And when I stepped into Heart of God Church for service, I literally saw what I experienced in my dreams. Hundreds of people in the auditorium lifting out their hands, and in front of me was the cross stage I saw in my dream. I knew it was no coincidence. As the service went on, I felt the uncertainty and fear fade as peace came into my heart. Then I decided to put my faith in Jesus.
One day, my sister came and excitedly asked if I wanted to join her in church. So I decided to follow her just once. But I ended up coming for another service, then another. I decided to follow Jesus and make this place my home too.
Every time I saw Victor and Annie in church, they would always be smiling, giving gifts, making cards for their friends. They even started serving in ministries and they were just so happy. That is why we were shocked when we had Zoom calls during COVID and noticed their background was always noisy. When we found out more, we realized their parents lost their jobs over the pandemic. The four of them were stuck in their 2-room flat every day. When pastors heard about it, they were so concerned. Victor and Annie are family and we need to help them.
At that time, we were in university and were struggling to pay for our own school fees. So when Children told us that the church wanted to give us a sum of money from the Heart Community Services Fund, we felt so relieved.
Our dad kept telling us, 帮我跟你们的教堂和牧师说谢谢.
One day, Pastor Charleston shared with us another piece of news. The church was going to do a home makeover for us. We were so speechless. At first, we couldn't even process it.
Pastor Hall and Pastor Leah didn't just want to bless them with money, but with a better environment to live in. They really wanted the siblings to envision a future where they could have a nice home with their families.
We had no idea what to do on our own, but there were so many volunteers from church who put in hours each week to help. From liaising with contractors, planning the interior designs, sourcing for furniture, painting the wall, and much more. I always remember when Pastor and the team found out that my dad suffers from asthma. Whenever there's heat or dust, it worsened his condition. So the team helped us pick the most suitable air conditioning and ensure we have proper ventilation at every corner. All this so that my dad's condition could be stabilized.
And so, after 2 months of decluttering, shopping, and painting, our new home was finally ready! When my dad first stepped in, he sat on the new sofa and took a good look at the new dining table. We never had a dining table and rarely eat together. It was really special to have a meal at home as a family for the first time.
Now instead of sleeping on the floor, we each have proper beds to rest. We also have our own space.
Yeah, we even invited our friends and relatives over. I finally have a home I'm proud of.
Yeah.
Our mom sent so many pictures of our home to every group chat in her phone and said, 很美对吗? Our dad loved the sofa bed. He kept repeating, 晚上从来没有睡到这么好过.
Our parents used to have a bad impression of Christian, but now they go around telling their friends how Christians are so kind. In fact, our mom came for our water baptism and she loved our church too. Eventually, she decided to become a Christian. We are so thankful for our church, for our pastors, Heart Community Services, and all the volunteers who came down to help. All of you didn't just give us a makeover for our home, but also for our family and our future.
Just a few years ago, our home was a mess. So many nights I went to sleep feeling hopeless. But now I know that God saw and God knew. He gave me that dream of church. And ever since we come to know God, we no longer fear being in lack. We no longer fear the future. We found hope, we found family, and now we found a home.